3, 2,
Ah ouais. Le
1.
son est coupé là-dessus ou pas?
Ça va arriver là. Normalement. C'est bon. Streaming live. And we are live. Ouais. Ready.
J'ai éteint, j'ai coupé le son.
Ok, on est live.
Ok.
On est live.
Whoa! I can't see the questions. They're hidden
Okay,
by the menu thing.
maybe you can start by maybe introducing the project. And ok.
Nico, est-ce qu'on peut voir? Parce que j'arrive pas à voir.
Nico, c'est la télécommande.
3, 2, 1. Live on Instagram.
Hi everyone! So first of all, we are pretty excited right now. The live campaign has been live since 6 p.m. CET in Paris time, and it seems it's pretty going well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very grateful and really happy of the first minutes of the campaign. It's going great.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, it's a very big success for us. We are
Yeah,
super
already
happy.
I can tell it's going to be quite a success, and you guys have already asked plenty of questions, so we're here for a good half an hour, and we hope to answer as much as we can all the questions, and don't hesitate to add more in the chat. We have Etienne. Well, by the way, I'm Edgar. This is Etienne, and Alex
Hello.
is with us too. I think you have to get closer. We don't see you on the screen.
Yes, there's a little latency with the
There's a latency, so we don't see
Okay.
yet, but
Perfect.
he's here.
And let's start. First, questions first.
there was first a question about the power requirement of the device.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
Etienne can answer.
That's a question for you.
yeah, first, basically, so the big difference, so this product is going to be powered by USB-C, and it includes two plugs that can receive USB PD power. So you'll be either able to connect it to pretty recent PC or MacBook, and so there will be only one cable for both power and data. Or you'll be able to use, if your computer is not able to provide such power, you'll be able to use the power brick that works in USB-C to power the product.
Okay, the second question, more for the design. Nicolas is in the back, so I can answer for him. About is there going to be a case available for it? Well, as you might see now on the Kickstarter page, there's no transport case yet. But we added like a kind of deck saver that you can put as an add-on on the Kickstarter page. It goes for 79 euros. And you will protect 49 euro. It will protect the top and the button and this knob while you put it in your bag or you transport it. Another question more for the MPE. Can we use glissando in grid mode?
Yes, of course. I think
Like the first one.
Here is very snappy because we set it that way, but you can also set it to have a more continuous glissando. So of course, yes.
More question in the back, maybe from Instagram? Nice. Not yet. Since we talk about accessories and add-ons, we don't know how much obvious it is on the Kickstarter page, but we have the mount as well. That's the one that's going for 79 euro on Kickstarter. And it's not the one you see here, but it will be a plate that you can attach to the back of the device. That will be a bit larger than on the ERAE Touch. And you'll be able to fit any drum stand like this one, any standard drum stand. I think there were a few questions about the skin materials as well. And especially, so if you have seen the video now already, you see that we actually have two skins. that can be replaced. So
yeah,
we
I can answer this one because it's a question that we've been working on for quite a while. We were looking to replace the silicon skin of the original ERAE Touch for a more soft and like softer material with more give, you know, to have something more organic to the touch. And so we came up with this idea of finding a kind of fabric skin, and then we started working with fabric on top of silicon. And finally, doing our research, we found out that this fabric on top of a silica gel, kind of a gel, the one that you find in some sport shoes, was just like perfect. And then we were really happy with this result. But some people said, yeah, but if I want to play with drums, then I will miss the silicon skin. So we decided to have this kind of system where you can remove the skin very easily and replace it with another skin. So it's a replaceable material, and I think everyone will find their, you know, like their right touch in a way, either the black silicon or the fabric. And so to be fully transparent, there's still a bit of research on the fabric skin. I think we're really close to have found the final version, and the touch is just perfect. It's just about the contrast. We are still like exploring different colors to have a better contrast on the product. But I'm sure like the final version that you will receive in September will have just a lot of light, lots of contrast, and will be super smooth under the fingertips.
Yes.
There's a question on Instagram. Will you have an update for the first gen soon?
Yes, maybe Etienne can answer that.
Yeah. So the idea with this product is that we wanted to have a very powerful new revision of our already very good ERAE Touch. But also we don't want to forget and let down the people that have supported us since the beginning. So the idea with this product is that we've designed the software and the backend in a way that most of the code between the both versions is shared. And of course, when we will release the first batch of the ERAE 2, we are also going to release a software update and a firmware update for the ERAE Touch, so the first version, with new features, improvements that we've been asked for a long time to develop.
Some question, since Etienne you're talking, we're going a bit more in depth with the technical part. The API, will there be some extension for the API? And I'm seeing here to cover the new features, so I doubt the looper, but maybe the CV gate outputs.
Yeah, so as maybe some of you have realized, we've got lots of new outputs available. Most importantly, the control voltage and gates outputs. And we think that these we're going to develop an extension to the already existing API, so that you will be able to control the CV outputs directly from other computers or custom software that you're going to develop.
I see some remarks about the shipping price. I mean, we've been working the last 3 years with a provider, a supplier, and who works with DHL. They ship thousands of units, about the same volume as us, and it's basically the best price we could have and deal with them. So just full transparency, we're not making profit on this, and it's really the logistics center that handle this. We just, unfortunately, as you might know, price have improved quite a lot in the last few years. So we just have to transfer this to the price. Yeah. For what will happen though, not for Kickstarter, because for Kickstarter we're planning to ship everything probably from Europe. It might change, not sure yet, but to make sure about the quality control of all the units, but we'll ship normally by September. And then we'll have an operation in the US as well to ship directly from there.
Can you scroll down
Yes.
the question? Yeah.
So yes, 7 months for delivery. We're planning for September.
So I think that there are some questions about the very early birds. You may not see that the 200 units are gone. You may see that there are some left, but it may be due to the fact that some people have put some of these units in their carts,
Yes, right.
so that they are locked for some time. But we can say now that these units have been basically sold.
Yeah, went super fast. Thanks.
3 trillion. We hope so, but yes.
Maybe it's not good for us either.
Another question from Instagram. If you set the key grid cell size to 2x2, can adjacent cells be played simultaneously? I love my first gen, but that's a limitation on it. I'm hoping the new version solves.
So I'm guessing it's the XY resolution.
Yeah, so the specific question I think is that this person wants with one click that several keys are played at once. I'm not sure I'm understanding the question part.
Can
properly.
you repeat about the...
I will
Yeah.
repeat it. If you set the key grid cell size to 2x2, can adjacent cells be played simultaneously? I love my first gen, but that's a limitation. Yeah.
So basically with this product, one of the major improvements is on the force sensor part, and we've greatly increased the resolution and stability and linearity of this sensor, basically. And we are very confident that on this product, with a 2x2 grid, you're going to be able to play with 2 fingers, 2 adjacent keys. Yeah.
There's some compatibility question with iPad. I don't think there's any issue because obviously for now, even ERAE Touch first version, as long as you have a dongle for USB, any iOS app that takes MIDI in, the ERAE 2 will be seen as an MPE device.
Yeah, and if I can add some content to this answer, so it's very it should work. So basically, if you plug your ERAE to your iPad as a device, the ERAE is the device in this case, it will be able to transmit data, but it will not. I don't think that the iPad is powerful enough to power the ERAE Touch, so that you're going to be forced to use the second USB-C plugs to power the ERAE Touch.
I'm reading about the how many units. Oh, I think
Let's switch the camera for now. I think you still have the sound, so
okay.
we can switch to camera 1.
Yeah, how many units in the batch one? Well, we consider all the backers to be the backers of the first batch of ERAE 2. So unless we go above like too many units, and then we would maybe have to divide in 2 batches. But the plan is really to deliver everyone in September.
Yeah. So there is a question about the CV outputs. So as you've seen, we have 12 mini jack connectors. These mini jack connectors, they are TRS connectors. So you've got the tip and the ring, so that you can plug a splitter, so that you can plug two patches cable to the same input, basically. And it's 2 independent channels.
Going back to the skin material, I think you said it a bit, but a lot of people ask about the comparison between silicone and the fabric. Maybe you already covered, but I see the question again here.
Yeah, well, the fabric one has a bit more give to the finger, so you can really feel when you're putting some pressure that it's very local. Like the spot where your finger goes down. Whereas with silicone, it's a bit more rigid, but it's a bit more bouncy if you're playing like finger playing or with drumsticks. So, but in any case, you will receive both units and you'll be able to try and give feedback.
There's a question
Next up.
about how many units are going to be in batch 1. In
Yeah,
September.
just to answer that. So
I'm sorry.
yeah, all the backers are in batch 1. Yeah.
Maybe I'll scroll up so that we'll see a
Sure,
bit more
please.
questions.
Thanks. Question man?
Yes, sorry. Question and sound.
Right. There's a question about the mount that is not a standard Roland anymore. So why is that?
I think it's more a design product answer. For some reasons, it was not possible to have a 4 little inserts that would work via Roland mounting plates. And also we wanted to bring more rigidity to the backplate and more protection in a way. So it serves two purposes, the one that we'll provide. More stability, more robustness, and just a very custom fixation. But underneath the plate that we will provide, there is something like a Roland mounting plate. So it will work with just the same standard drum stands like this one. Maybe okay, just like
Wait, there's a distortion on the audio. Yeah, because it's too loud now for me now. Yeah, because we're streaming live both at the same time on Instagram and YouTube, so that's right. And maybe let's put a little bit more. It's on the camera. All right.
So yeah, just to answer quickly, the mounting plate that we'll provide is just as large as the product, so it's just more robust and will be more stable when you play.
So I also saw two questions which are about USB. So some of you realized that this product has 3 USB. The one that we call the additional USB is meant for future use, and among this use we hope that we're going to enable you to use the ERAE as a host for other devices. But we are trying our best to do that, to make this possible, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right. Well, I think maybe we can take 1 or 2 more questions.
Yes, it's 6:30 already. Yes, update. So some question about the status of the timeline and production. Yes, we'll make sure that we'll update everyone weekly or at least bi-monthly about the evolution of the development, the production, the manufacturing, and of course as soon as we receive it, everyone will be aware of it. We'll publish on the Kickstarter page and by newsletter as well. And of course we are still available on support at embodme.com. And we've improved our communication, so we'll be ready to reply to you.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely try to give as much transparency and information during this process of finishing the product. And we would really appreciate your feedback. We will definitely take it into account in the production of the final units.
Right. So there are one question about the layouts and the elements, the number of elements that you can put in each of these. So the idea with this product is that we refactored the backend, and when the product is going to be released, you will not have this kind of limitation of how many elements you're going to be able to put in each layout. It's going to be basically a lot more flexible than what it was before. And there is also another question about an input for a foot pedal. Basically, we didn't mention it in the Kickstarter, but one of the CV plug is going to be you're going to be able to change its
Input to an output?
Yeah, its output to an input,
Okay.
basically. So I think we are going to have 1 or 2 inputs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually also a trigger output, so if you want to use it as an extender to SPD or
Sorry
any drum pads that takes triggers, or the Roland or Alesis, it will work as an extender. It's because it's also trigger voltage output and input.
So yeah, yeah, the looper is incredibly fun. I think it's one of my favorite new add-ons in this product, and I can't wait for you to try it. So it's just very easy and simple to start creating beats. So yeah, I'm not going to go for a musical performance here, but it's just something really cool, and also the way you can record expressive gestures will completely replace the I hope like the automation workaround that we have when we do production, and because you can really focus on playing the melodies and then add the expressive features with this expressive looper. So yeah, it's kind of a one of a kind. It's a new thing, and I can't wait to see all the things you will create with these new features. So yeah.
Maybe a last question about the brightness. Can it be seen in the light of day?
Yeah, so this is a very hard feature to have a product that you can see in the broad daylight. Of course, if it's like midday and it's full blast sunlight, in any case, it's going to be pretty difficult to see the product. But in comparison to our first revision, this product is going to be 3 times more powerful in terms of visible brightness in comparison to the ERAE Touch.
You can actually already see it on the video. It's actually saturating the camera a bit, even though we actually have a free light spot around.
Yeah,
So
maybe we can add something is like, so now it's USB powered, so if you want to only use for example, your laptop, I use a MacBook, I could just go with the USB-C to power the ERAE II, and if I want to add more power, like go 100%, then I would use the power USB-C port.
Mm-hmm.
I can read a question about the looper.
Nice.
Yeah, it works with and without quantization. You can change the duration, and something pretty cool also about the duration is it's only the length of the duration is only limited to the space in the SD card that you will plug behind. So there's theoretically no limitation, but the limitation of the memory of the SD card.
No more question on Instagram? Ella?
There is a question about the MIDI
2.0?
Yeah.
Oh, and just one important one on YouTube before we switch to Instagram. Yes, you can import ERAE Touch version 1 layout to ERAE 2. They will both use the ERAE Lab. It's retro compatible.
Yeah.
MIDI 2.0.
Yeah, the question about MIDI 2.0. So I talked earlier about the big refactor of our firmware, basically. Already on this product, all the MIDI messages inside the machine, they are transmitted as MIDI 2 messages, basically. And we are very confident that in time of release, we are going to have MIDI 2 enabled on the machine.
Cool. Some people said fewer people are here than the last Kickstarter. Maybe we can.
Vera behind the camera. You can see.
Come on. Jamie, come on, guys.
You can see the full team picture on the Kickstarter page. We're actually 8 people, so we're actually a bit more than last time.
Yeah, and 2
And,
people are here. 2 people
Another
are
one
here.
is in San Diego, and another one is away too. Omar, that some people know.
Yeah, and Mathieu, the CTO, is on its way, but he's going to be a bit late.
A question on Linux.
Yes.
Does it work on Linux, especially for Bitwig on Linux?
What on Linux? So basically, the ERAE Touch is a MIDI controller. So if your Linux distribution supports MIDI controllers, it's going to work. And we released a version of the ERAE Lab since the beginning for Ubuntu. So we support 3 OSs, Windows, Mac OS, and Ubuntu.
Great group. Thanks, Austin.
Thanks everyone. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks
Well,
everyone for the kind messages.
Yes,
It's great.
it was great and so we keep in touch in the coming weeks. Yeah, we'll be online. We'll be answering all your messages and we'll be sending lots of info.
Or if you are ever in Paris, tell it us and we can have
Oh, yeah,
you
definitely.
come into the office
Yeah.
and try the product.
We are in the 18th arrondissement. It's worth a visit if you want to visit Montmartre. It's not too far.
Some good restaurants around.
Yeah. So yeah, cool.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
now we have to
Congrats.
make a product.
Yes. Now it's your work.
And thanks again for all of you backers and viewers too. So yeah.
All right.
Allez, Thanks. Thank you.
Everyone.